Hi, and welcome to another JavaEE tutorial. This one is going to require a little bit of knowledge ahead of time because there's no way to really subdivide what I'm going to be demonstrating today, but to start, you really need to understand just the basics of the HTTP protocol and the concept of headers, which are key value pairs that are sent from the client making the request and also sent back from the server, and they just provide metadata. Today we're specifically going to be using a header called the accepts header, or the accept header rather, and we're going to be transmitting finally something other than just a string or an integer. We're actually going to transmit a full object over the network. So start by deleting the age class that we created last time, and we're going to create a new REST API for people. I'm going to call mine the people API. You can call yours whatever you want. And for the path, I'm going to put people. This should all start to look very familiar to you. And then I'm going to create a public get method which returns a person. Return new person. And I'm going to create an instance of a person, and my IDE is yelling at me because of course I haven't actually created a class. So I'm going to create a person class. And this is just a regular old Java object called a POJO, plain old Java object. We want an empty constructor. And I'm going to put in a couple of instance variables, a name and an age. And I'm going to create getters and setters for all of those. There's an insert code here. So I'm going to have my IDE generate the getters and setters for me. And I'm going to create a constructor that accepts a name and an age. Okay, so we've successfully created a person class. And now we're going to go back to our API endpoint, which just returns this person, and we're going to run this. So switch to your terminal. Don't forget to navigate to the project folder in the terminal before you attempt to run this, and then run it with maven clean Wildfly-Swarm run. Alright, now just to recap real quick, our Jax-RS configuration class has an application path of /, which means it's on the root. So that means the people API is going to be exposed on the root path as /people. So open the terminal, another one, leave your server running, and we're going to actually interact with it using curl. So to start, we're going to use a new parameter. So make sure it's a GET request. Actually, we don't really need that. It's just something I've been doing to show you explicitly. But put in capital H. This is to say we're going to add a header. And then accept text plain. So this is saying, okay, give me this object in plain text. And then we're going to give our URL. Okay, what did we get back? So we got this, which is sort of a weird looking thing. What's happening here? Okay, so what's happening if we log this, so let's just, we're not going to get into loggers right now, but let's just use print. So kill your server and restart. Alright, now that our server is running, I'm going to go back to the terminal and I'm going to run that request again. I'm just going to press the up arrow key to get the last command, and I'm going to hit enter. And you're going to see it's just printing the same value as we get over here. So Java is, for those of you who are a little newer to it, it's implicitly calling this class's ToString method. And ToString is something, for those of you unfamiliar, that's inherited from java.lang.object. So override method ToString. Now we're going to add our own implementation of ToString. So we're going to return string.format name and age. Pretty simple, right? So kill and restart your server. Now I'm going to just press up on that, and I get a nice string. And we get something better in the logs as well. Now, most REST APIs aren't going to be using plain text. You're going to want something more like JSON. So in order to request JSON, you just say, instead of saying I accept plain text, you say I accept application JSON. And I'm going to add a new line after that, just so you can see it more clearly.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
So there we have Jason Bourne, ladies and gentlemen. So that's pretty nifty. Our server, we didn't have to do anything special. We didn't have to write any code for this. Our server just automatically turned our class into JSON. And we can create whatever kind of class we want, and it's just going to print out the variables in the class, just like this, name, and give the value, and age, and give the value, and it knows exactly how that works. Funny enough, we can actually do the same thing with XML. So let's try that with XML. You're going to notice there's a funny result we get. Could not find message body writer for response object of type com airhacks person of media type application XML. Well, what's the deal? It knew how to make it into JSON. Well, this is just a quirk of the way that this particular thing works for XML. What we have to do is put at XML root element on the top of the person class, which is going to be serialized into XML. So now you made that change, kill and restart your server. Okay. So I'm just going to rerun that command last time that accepts XML. And we get an XML string. Now this isn't really nicely formatted, so I'm going to show you a trick you can use, at least if you're on most Linux systems. There's a command that you can run, XML lint, and you can give it an option. So curl puts everything on standard out, and so we're going to use a pipe to basically send whatever curl prints into this other command. We're going to put XML lint and then -- format and then another hyphen to say read from standard in. So there you go. Formatted all the XML nicely, and I believe it even no, it alphabetized it already. So there we go. Now you've seen how we can actually return objects from Jax-RS. Now we're starting to get into some really interesting stuff. Catch you next time to show you some more tricks. Thank you.